Travis Kelce tried to do what? Let's go.
On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Kevin Durant, you should have never left California.
This Bronx will upset me in having to bring this teenage idiot from Wisconsin into a sports conversation. Are you really surprised the Cowboys are giving up on Ezekiel Elliott?
Whoa. Hell no. Well, no one cares about baseball.
Bitch, are you for real?
I'm on location because I have an MRI scheduled for Indianapolis, Indiana later this afternoon. And this is just to tell that, the cancer stayed away. Good morning. Welcome to the latest and greatest Tuesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. I am live on location in Edinburgh, Indiana, just south of Indianapolis. As I mentioned, got a lot to get to and a short time to get there. Let's get right to it. This is the Whip Around presented by Fanatics. And we start in Rich State. We start at, Rich Stadium in Buffalo, in Orchard Park, New York. The Buffalo Bills have officially broken ground on a new $1.5 billion stadium they plan to have ready for the 2026 NFL season. Team officials, including head coach Sean McDermott and general manager Brandon Beane, were among the dignitaries taking part at the ceremonial shoveling at the Orchard Park site not far from the team's current home. Like its predecessor, the new stadium will be open to the elements, but it will have a canopy shielding about 65% of the sheets away from any bad weather that should happen to occur during the football season. However, the biggest difference will be the playing surface. It's going to be grass like Lambeau has, Beane said Monday on the Pat McAfee show. It will have all the coil underneath to keep the field warm, so we're really excited about that. $1.5 billion on a brand new rich stadium. Lord knows what it's going to be called, but I'm excited at the fact that it's going to be natural grass, which is what the playing surface of NFL stadiums should be anyway, but we all know how that goes with field turf and everything like that, and I'm getting everything situated here, but the brand new stadium in Orchard Park, New York, is going to have natural grass. That will be fun to experience. Again, the stadium is set to open in 2026. Brittany Griner from Russia, WNBA sisters and the LGBTQ community got loud. There were times stuck in a Russian prison cell 6,000 miles from her family, friends, and teammates that Brittany Griner felt racked with hopelessness. That vulnerability was on display last summer when Griner, a two-time Olympian and one of the greatest athletes of her generation, sent a letter to President Joe Biden as she awaited trial in Moscow after being accused of carrying cannabis oil in her luggage in mid-February of 2022. She wrote the following quote: "As I sit here in a Russian prison, along with my thoughts and without the protection of my wife, family, friends, Olympic jersey, or any accomplishments, I am terrified I might be here forever." Close quote. The fear of being forgotten crushed her. Then she'd open correspondence from her wife, a random fan, or often one of her basketball sisters. Instantly, she'd feel her spirit lifted. Griner explained, quote, "You don't understand how good it felt to get a letter." She said this on April 27th with her voice full of emotion. It lets you know you're not, she says also, quote, "It lets you know you're not forgotten. It just does something to you, gives you a spark of life to keep holding on to the fight." I will say a lot more, a close quote. Thank you, Cole Johnson. I will say a lot more about this before we go to our first break, because I still got a lot to say about this situation. Let's go on. Ezekiel Elliott might be an option for the Cowboys, but not DeAndre Hopkins. In other news, somehow my executive producer knows just the right button to push. Former New York Jets star DeBrickashaw Ferguson, 39, enrolls in nursing school. This story made me happy. DeBrickashaw Ferguson, as my computer is stuck here. Cole, I need you to come up, please, because I can't get this thing to act right. Please help us out. DeBrickashaw Ferguson enrolls in nursing school. This story does me a lot of happiness to know that a former player, is pursuing his dream. What say you, sir?
Yeah. Well, look, he caught a lot of flack when he played, but to me, he had a full NFL career, and now he's taking that further. He sort of reminds me of Antoine Roll. But basically, the story goes as follows. Now, the former left tackle, and go ahead and smile, Ryan. The former Jets left tackle. He basically is turning in the gloves for nursing ones. So he was the number overall pick back in 2006, and he now this place said he's enrolling in nursing school starting in the fall. Now he began taking classes at community college to fulfill prerequisite courses. Now he earned a religious studies degree from the University of Virginia, and that was the last time he took a science class. He admitted,
Right.
And he said that his constant confidence was hindered at first. But the New York City native said that he took classes online at one time, easing his way into the curriculum, and he filled his prerequisites and got into multiple nursing schools, but did not share which school that he enrolled in. Well, during his 10-year NFL career, he played 160 consecutive games and never missed a game, obviously. The alum retired his jersey number 66.
That's saying something playing the position
with
that
the
he
University
played.
of Virginia. Mm-hmm. Yes, and the Jets included him in his ring of in their ring of honor last year.
Good.
I love hearing players who are saying, look, there's more to life than just being a football player. And I think more football players need to show this. And seemingly we view this when they want to have a career from the camera. Not saying that's a bad thing. Some have the proclivity to do it, others don't. But in Rickshaw Ferguson's case, here he is. He's about to take on another career after having a illustrious one. One that was lengthy in another. So that needs to be shown the light all the time.
It does. It really does. In case y'all don't know who that is on my right, that's the man in charge of Cole Sports with a Z, my executive producer, and one of my best friends, Cole Johnson, who joins us every single morning, except yesterday because he got swamped at work until the tail end when he decided to surprise us. But it's good to have you with me this morning, my friend. Great to have you with me.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and I think that's a good way to close today's Whip Around. I love that. Nice job, sir.
Thank you.
All right, to the Fanatic Feedback Zone we head, and the man who was known as Victor Locke, or Victor Locke, or VLOCK83, he says, open the Sportscaster Witness Protection Program and enter code name the Playmaker. Well,
yes,
we would love to see him. Hopefully he will join us. He says also just caught something in the NBA rumor mill. Karita Pinkett Smith, or Karita Herbal Tea, or the Woke People's Champion, or Uncle Drew, or Uncle Woke, or I'm so sorry, I'm just going out. I'm going all ham.
I like Uncle Woke now. I like Uncle Woke. I like Uncle Woke.
Yeah, or the Hotep Negra, or the Hotep Negra. I'm sorry, I'm going on, but Kyrie Irving basically. He says he's reached out to Gang Nothing to possibly head to Dallas. Yes. I purposely did not put that in the slate for today because I wanted to save that for tomorrow. I'm so glad
you saved that. Yeah, save that for hilarious. Tomorrow. I want to see.
I find that hilarious.
My only comment is this, and I will echo what you said. I want to see that train wreck happen.
Oh yes, I most certainly want to see this glorious train wreck happen.
I want to see that train wreck go haywire.
But the glee on my face when I heard that it has not changed since yesterday. It will not change. It will not change from today to tomorrow because I'm going to have a lot of fun talking about that.
Oh, you
Ryan
and me
McCarthy
both.
Had no credentials acquired. Ryan McCarthy had no credentials acquired fame. Wonderful broadcast last night, I may add, sir, along with my partner, Snowman, who I'll mention this after I read your comment, sir. He says, good morning, Snow Crew. A new stadium for the Orchard Park Williamses? Your tax dollars at work, New York. And considering that you were a New York resident, Mr. McCarthy, how many ways are you taxed in that state? Because I know you all deal with tax this, tax that,
How do we tax the let us count the ways?
Yeah. But wonderful broadcast on No Credentials Acquired. Love your co-host Ryan Dustin. He's a perfect counterbalance to you. And you all had the nerve and the audacity and to put forth this blasphemy on air, on camera. There was a black man talking about a white never mind.
Wait a minute. You got it wrong. There was a black man talking about two whites. Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind.
Oh, that's right. You talked about one in the beginning of the show. You talked about one at the end of it. Yes.
Yeah.
How blasphemous! How blasphemous of No Credentials Acquired.
What's the blasphemy of having an educated black man talk about two white sports? A, quite well. B, quite well versed in it.
Mm-hmm.
And C, how dare this black man know the name of Grant Fuhrer?
One of my favorite
or Wayne
Gretzky
or or Wayne Gretzky, or Mark Messier,
Hmm.
or Ron Hextall,
Another great
or
goaltender.
Dino Ciccarelli, Washington Capital,
Hmm.
or let's see, Eddie the Eagle Belfour, or Dominic Hasek.
Man,
How dare I
that's a
know those
forgotten
names?
goaltender.
How dare I know the
But
name Jeremy Roenick? How dare I know the name Dennis Wilson?
mhm.
How dare Doug Wilson? I beg your pardon, of old Blackhawks fame. How
Yeah.
dare I know those names?
But I love the fact that but I love the fact that you all were diverse enough to talk about those things, and
Oh man,
we
oh
need
man,
we need more
please.
programs like No Credentials
Sport,
Acquired, no question.
sports is our game. You know this quite well. Sports is our game. It's what we do.
Hmm.
It's what we do, and
Ryan,
it's what we do well.
oh, I dared have a black man talk about two white sports on my show. Wonderful job, Ryan. You and Dustin, seriously, one of the best programs. And if I had more time, I would actually watch you guys every Monday night. You all do a great job with your stuff.
And
I
those
love No Credentials
two,
Acquired.
I love those two very, very dearly for not just
Hmm.
having me on last night, but for their great program of No Credentials Required every Monday, which is now
Yeah.
become another guilty pleasure of mine. And to
Hmm.
be on with them last night, to see how they operate and me take something from that, bring it into what I do for an hour in the afternoons, and what I'm going to have them do when I'm on vacation. It's going to be fun. It's fun to
That's cool.
learn from the people
Hmm.
who have been there, done that, and continue to do that.
Yeah, and to learn from them because we don't know everything. That's the beautiful part about this. Victor says, "Run for the hills, Zeke," and I agree with you, sir. Ezekiel Elliott should run the other way when
See,
Gerald gives him a
don't
call.
see, don't because Gerald's going to blow up his phone. You know
Yes,
this.
Ryan. Hmm.
He's going to
Ryan given.
Gerald's going to
Hmm.
blow the piss out of his phone. You know this. I know
Hmm.
this.
Yes,
Ezekiel Elliott,
Ryan.
run.
Hmm.
Please
Yes,
run. Don't go back to that hellhole we like to call AT&T Stadium. Don't go back there.
Ryan tips his cap to Mr. Ferguson. Brick, he says, one of the greatest left tackles in the history of the Jets.
Agreed.
Vlog says, ladies and gentlemen, Cole Sports is here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He also
When's your
says,
next
morning to you, Mr.
episode?
McCoffey.
So I can pump.
Uh,
When's your next episode so we can pump it out?
if God willing, hopefully tomorrow will be the next one. But yeah,
Yeah,
just
but we
couldn't
know
fire off
your
one last week. Hmm.
but we know your work schedule's been off the charts lately.
Hmm. And it still might be. Ryan says, "Oh yeah, and here Victor naming
Chris
say another
Chelios.
black guy, name another hockey player, Chris Chelios, another
Chris
Black
Chelios.
Hawk."
Yep.
Yes.
And we're not supposed to know the names that we do
No.
when it comes to hockey. What?
Mm-mm. Victor says, "Look, let's be honest. Sports has no color. Sports is universal. We're all invited and encouraged to participate."
You know what?
Victor,
Drop the mic right there.
No, he's correct, but don't tell people that. No.
More to the point.
Sports is beautiful.
More to the point. Don't tell black people that aloud.
No, I love the fact that they still ignorant. Let them still be ignorant. Let them not understand that, yes, sports is supposed to be diverse and we're supposed to know all this stuff and we're supposed to embrace it all because
Yep. We're
it doesn't
supposed
matter if
to.
it's hockey or baseball or football, basketball or any other sport. It's about meritocracy than anything. So, don't tell them that because it has to be agenda that the black man's getting screwed every single way possible. Don't say that to them. I'm sorry.
You read my mind for that entire 90 seconds.
I
You
bet
read
I
my
did.
mind for that entire 90 seconds, and I love you for that.
Ryan says, we're going to have 2 shows next week. Stay tuned for more details. Awesome, brother. That is good to
I'm
hear.
joining. I'm sitting in for one of them, at least.
All right.
The
Shane,
big
what's
dog.
up, brother?
Yeah.
Hey, yo. Snowman Nicole. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo,
Man,
big dog.
It'll be good to chop things up with you.
It'd
Man,
be good for
wonderful
you to
brother.
be a part of. It'd be good for you to finally be a part of the crew because
Yeah.
he's told me off the air everything that he's gone through with his family,
Yeah, I
and
heard a little bit of it.
I
Yeah.
I can't wait to get the big dog back involved with the show. It's gonna be so much fun. Let's take a break.
Yeah.
When we come back, we got more stuff for you. We're at our new time, but same old great sports talk along with Cole Johnson and the Fanatic Speakback Zone. This is the Snowman, and we're back in a flash.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus, smarter than energy.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now, the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to bruxnightguard.com and order yours today.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
Now, forgive me not knowing the brother. You got your mic black. I don't know who the hell you are. It's like you're in the broadcasting witness protection program.
Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Snowman's right there.
You need to crank your mic up just a little bit. You need to crank your mic up just a little bit, partner.
All
you need to turn your mic up just a little bit.
And we are joined as always every Tuesday by the man known as the Playmaker, or as I call him, the hardest content creator I know. How you doing, sir?
First and foremost, I hate the time change. Second, I wasn't even informed of the time change.
Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
Neither one of y'all misses me saying you changed the time to 10 a.m.
Yes, I did.
No, you did.
Well,
I have my phone right
okay,
here.
we mentioned it on air.
We apologize. We apologize.
We apologize. We did not mention it to you personally, sir.
What's up with the time change?
Well, the time change is because we want to appeal to the West Coast audience. Since CSTV is taking on the show, they would be airing at now instead of 5 a.m., 7 a.m. there.
Yeah. and we're getting an audience from Reno to Sacramento. And want to thank Tom O'Boyle for taking us on and broadcasting both the shows, and a couple more will be coming their way. So it was per his suggestion. I talked it over with the folks, and he said it would really help help the West Coast audience. So here we are.
Okay. Now, did y'all miss me?
Kind of, sort of, maybe.
Well, the chat has. I can tell by the chat.
The question should be: did the Florida Panthers miss the wake up call last night?
Or what was it, Saturday night? Or at least after the second period.
After the second period last night, the Florida Panthers have been playing behind because they got smoked in Las Vegas last night. And Cole, a point that you mentioned yesterday, just because the Knights won Game 1 in 2018 doesn't mean it's going to pull into success after them winning Game 1 here in 2023. Man, last night they put that to rest.
It's about if you learned that lesson, and it looks like at least the people that were on the 2018 Stanley Cup Final, Golden Knights squad, they did learn that lesson, and they're like, okay, we're going to continue to put the pressure on, and that's what you got to do.
Yeah. When is game
3
of the Stanley Cup Finals?
Yes, when is game 3?
Tomorrow?
Thursday, I believe. It's either tomorrow or Thursday.
Stop on it. I'll check.
Okay.
But 7-2 last night. It wasn't even a contest. I mean, they what Golden Knights put up 2 goals in the first period. Yeah,
it was 4-0 before you knew it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
but
both games was where? Where were both games being played at?
Oh, Vegas. Obviously,
Exactly.
It was played in Las Vegas.
Now this happened down in South Beach,
but
it is a problem because not only you got white twice at home, but that's not the case. Vegas defended home ice.
But yeah, look, I get that. I get the mentality is, you might in this case we're talking about hockey, you might score a couple of extra goals considering that you can and you don't lead against you. So I get that, but we're talking about a team in the Panthers that they waxed the Hurricanes. They made mincemeat out of the Maple Leafs.
Nobody seen coming.
And
they are in the same spot that Miami Heat is.
And they stared at 3-1 series deficit against the President's Cup champion, and a 3-2 deficit in the third period of Game 7, and they won that series. So I'm not saying that the series is over. All I'm saying is you can't allow a team to score 7 goals, home or away, on you.
No,
you was not allowed to say a series over no more. You was not allowed to say that no more.
The hell with you! I'm saying because every time I say it's over, everything backfires. Yes,
exactly.
I understand that.
You say because the Heat.
I'm no longer allowed, even with the sponsor of bet.
Nothing series lead against the Celtics, and they needed a Game 7 to beat them.
He said it was
no,
over.
He's saying no. He's teasing me. He's teasing me.
It was over because Boston came back.
You said it first. Shut up.
And
no,
I'm
really? Kidding. I'm kidding as I say that. I'm totally kidding as I say that, of course. But
now,
I'm not making any more predictions until football season, and even that's going to backfire. I will say. I will say this. This edition of Snowman in the Morning is brought to you by BetUs.com. Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sports book BetUs.com is back and in our 29th year of action. Live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily boosters, props, and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service. We got it all. Log on to betus.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-792-3887. 800-79-BET-US. BetUs.com, where the game begins. And right now, if you use the code Snowman, you get 125% match on your initial deposit. Forgot to get that in early in the morning. We're joined by the playmaker on the Invader Coffee Hotline, Cole Johnson, our fabulous executive producer with us. We're talking Stanley Cup Final. The Golden Knights are now up 2-0 going down to Florida. And did you confirm that it was tomorrow
and the
for
next
game 3?
Yes.
Or it's
no,
Thursday?
The next game is Thursday.
It is Thursday. Because they're playing opposite.
Face-offs the NBA Finals, yeah.
Yeah, they're playing opposite of the World Championship Series. So with game 3 being in Florida on Wednesday, and then Thursday, game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final. And let me send a shout out to my buddy Rod Peterson, because if y'all hadn't had a chance, check out
8 p.m. Local time.
8 p.m. If y'all hadn't had a chance, check out rodpeterson.com, who is down in Florida covering the Stanley Cup Final, and he's done a lot of terrific work. He's been my good friend for the past 3 years. So check out rodpeterson.com and check out his coverage of the Stanley Cup Final as well as ours.
The state of Florida is I don't know what's going on in the state of Florida right now. Good gracious.
It's in the water.
How was it south of you? Because they have to deal with 2 franchises that are right now playing for championships.
Yeah,
2 professional franchises. They're playing for championships.
Can I add another?
And then you got the Marlins, who are trying to do some things too in Major Baseball.
Yeah. The Marlins are going to fall flat on their ass.
That's why I said trying to do some things. Go ahead, playmaker.
Yes.
The Florida State Seminoles women's softball teams in the national championship game against Oklahoma.
Let me see. No, I'm not going to do that.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to behave.
No, you're not.
What's going on with the state of Florida, but somehow they are making good runs. But can somebody capitalize on it? Preferably not.
Yeah, I'm going to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather see Oklahoma.
What was it? Florida Atlantic that got to the Final Four?
Florida Atlantic and Miami Hurricanes.
Florida and Miami.
Yeah, Florida Atlantic and Miami got to the Final Four.
How the hell Miami got to the Final Four? I don't know.
I had a good time with Playmaker's Facebook post where he put the Panthers insignia, the Heat insignia, FAU's insignia, and the U's insignia, and I said, and the U's insignia is not because of football.
No, it's not. It's not.
Basketball team.
It's not.
Basketball team.
It's not. Sorry.
And then my Florida Gators, they made it to the Super Regionals. No, they made it. So they made it to the Super Regionals.
The team to watch is the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, and that is all I will say.
Wait, are they still number 1 overall ranked?
Yes.
Seated?
Yes. They're still the number 1 team in the country, and I do believe they are off until Thursday when they host Alabama in the Super Regionals.
There's Super Regionals. Okay, this weekend. Okay,
and the Super Regionals are playing at Wake Forest.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I would say it would be in Winston-Salem. Yeah,
since it's still not going to be easy.
They have the higher rank.
Oh, I know it's not going to be. I know it's not going to be easy, but Wake Forest has captivated the country. I'll tell you that much.
Well, when you win in a walk-off fashion.
Yeah, and
that practically does it. But yeah, I'm saying the state of Florida. I don't know. So when football season going around here, every team in Florida, y'all better.
That's gonna be funny. That's
gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun to see.
Every other sport is just popping off for Florida, but when it comes to football, maybe the Dolphins might make some noise. The Jaguars might make some noise.
My thoughts on that later. Gentlemen, let me play executive producer for like 2 seconds. Can you guys like crank up your mics just a little bit? Because I'm recording it here, and I want to make sure everything comes through okay.
Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Up a little more.
No. I know. Hold on a second. I'm not doing volume right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm hearing slight echo on your end. Okay.
On my end?
Yes.
It's always on your end because you always on location.
Well, today I have to be because I have to go to Indianapolis after I'm done here.
All right. How about now? Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, I know the echo's always on my end, especially on location. I got a few different parts on the way, but I'm not going to unveil those until August. Even when they get here, I'm doing a home test for a couple of months. But to circle back to the point that Cole just made before we go to our next break, every other sport popped off in Florida this year. It's just football that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, because the Bucks ain't gonna do nothing.
The Bucks are gonna suck. All right.
Now the Jaguars are about to make some noise, and the Dolphins are about to make some noise. What sucks though about the Dolphins is that it depends on the health, and unfortunately, it's not talking about health from neck down. It's neck up for Tua Tagovailoa. That's what sucks about that.
I don't trust Miami for the overall team health. We all know the situation, the health with Tua. And I would love to see Tua play a full season, but when you suffer 3 concussions in 14 games,
and
all within the span of 3 months.
And 2 and 4 days.
And 2 and 4 days. Exactly.
Not the professor changed the college team too. What's my Gators gonna look like?
Who?
Okay. And I seen our
Let me see. Okay, the Gators barely made noise for Anthony Richardson. What type of noise do you think they're gonna make with him gone, and they don't really have an experienced quarterback?
Trust me when I tell you this. I have not been receiving good reports about my team.
That's what I'm saying.
My assessment of the Florida Gators goes like this.
Oh yeah. Then you got the Seminoles.
Florida State's back. Yeah, right.
And then you got the U, whose basketball team is basically shutting them up. I mean, look, they're still licking wounds from getting butt whoopings of 40+ points last year.
So which
game?
The UCF Knights when they make the move to the Big 12.
Yeah, you got to pin your hopes on Florida Atlantic, or Florida International,
or
UCF, or Southern Florida.
I want to go see a
pin
game
your hopes on those
teams
to be like, okay, we actually have good football in Florida. That's
the game. You know the game where Miami is still licking its wounds when they got beat to death by Middle Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
When they got beat to death by Middle Tennessee. And
it ain't worse than getting beat by Georgia Southern in the swamp, or getting beat
2013,
by Jackson State on a Hail Mary in Tallahassee.
I saw both of those live.
And you just named recent. You just named recent events where each of the big Florida schools in football took one nasty, embarrassing.
You know how bad it is right now. My coworker went to the spring game, and he came back to me. He was like, "I don't think you want to make a podcast talking Florida Gators football." Is that bad? Yes. Right.
Wow,
that's bad.
Wow, that is bad.
That's
you go to the
horrible.
swamp. You actually see them play a spring game, and they come back and you're like, "Nah, bro." Mm-mm. Wow, that's bad.
Which means I'll be probably going off every week if I do the podcast.
Probably.
You
probably be sinking in said swamp.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we got more stuff for you. As I am on location, Cole and Playmaker are in studio. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. We're back in a flash.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free and will even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
That's why we here on this platform.
Marriage, a loving splendor, a daily grind. Such is the case when Damien and Jamie get together and chop it up, for marriage is real.
Let's just lay it all out here. Let's just be real with it.
Join this wonderful couple who keeps it real and always in love. BS3 Network proudly presents Marriage is Real, where love is the only thing that matters. Live every Tuesday at 8:30 Central. Oh, and Jamie has something to say.
Deuces and trays.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high-potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
'Cause we take this job so...
Everything Boston. New Kids on the Block, New Edition, and I love New Edition. Can't stand the rain. New Edition. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Big Papi David Ortiz, definitely Pedro Martinez. The Bruins, them, the Celtics, Patriots somewhat, but Giants handled them. But still a big them. The Boston PD for that at the Boston Marathon. But I'm sorry, New Edition, I do love you guys. But yeah. Except for Johnny Gill. Yeah, Johnny Gill is from DC, so not you, Johnny Gill, not you. The other 5 kids that from I'm sorry. They're not kids. They can't help where they come from. But them for being from Boston.
Oh, and Wise goes on an epic rant for the next episode. Actually, this is an announcement that we will have that debut later on today on the Coming Media Incorporated YouTube channel, and you will catch it in other places such as Real Wise TV YouTube channel and the Snowman Multimedia YouTube channel. And if you want to catch the replay of these shows, Thursday 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central on the BS3 Network via Roku TV. And we always thank you all for your support.
Well, you better get ready for more Boston Cole.
Glee. When you laid it up for him, I don't want to give it away. I'll just say the utter glee in which
was that
you, Cole Johnson, set it up for him.
There's Yankees and the Red Sox this weekend.
Oh, You said Yankees and Red Sox next weekend?
This weekend.
Oh, he might be saying this. He might be saying this all 60 minutes long. Oh, Lord have mercy. Really?
Sunday Night
My
Baseball.
whole show's gonna be hot. My whole show is gonna be hijacked by
This
this.
is a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe.
Boston.
This has been a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe.
Thank you, Sunday Night Baseball.
Knowing him, he probably have a whole list of Boston Red Sox fans and players that he just wants to rail, and it'll take 60 minutes for him to do it. And I'd be like,
No,
I don't know why I'm doing this show. I don't know why I'm here.
You got that wrong. It'll take 120 minutes for him to do it. You're gonna have to cut it up again.
Oh, it's the whole
Yeah,
weekend.
you're right.
That series begins Friday. That's the whole weekend.
Lord have mercy.
I'm Ryan McCoffey, and I approve this message. We did that a couple of times last night on No Credentials
So wait a minute.
Required.
So where they playing this series this weekend in the Bronx or in Fenway?
Yankee Stadium.
Okay, so in the Bronx.
Oh
okay.
no, which means
the Bronx this weekend. All right.
Which means John Sterling is going to have a field day, should they win. You know, John Sterling and Susan Waldman are going to have a field day on WCBS.
You know who he forgot to mention?
Who's that?
Wise forgot to mention Mark Wahlberg.
It's coming. It's
he
coming.
did. He said
sure
F.
did.
Marky. He did. No, he already mentioned him. He said F. Marky Mark and the entire Funky Bunch.
And the entire. Not just the Funky Bunch. The entire Funky Bunch.
Not just the Funky Bunch.
And he
The
said it
entire
twice.
Funky Bunch.
And he said it twice.
Yes.
He said it.
And the reason why I know this is and the reason why I know this is because Ryan in our Snowman chat quoted that. And he noted the entire Funky Bunch part. It's what he said. It made him dead, which makes basically dead in Ryan's vernacular means he was rolling on the floor laughing. So,
How many times have we killed?
He didn't flip off Donnie Wahlberg personally. He just the first one basically he just said New Kids on the Block period. But he hasn't gone and said F Donnie Wahlberg, which I think he might know knowing him.
Yeah, Cole, it's coming. As long as mentality is alive.
Tom Brady.
He's going to
get to them.
He's saving that.
He's going to get to them.
He's saving that for football
He's going to
season.
get to Tom Brady.
Watch.
He's
saving that for football season.
The only Patriot he actually railroaded like that, but not in his list of everything Boston. But we were actually we were talking about tight ends. Actually, in the next episode, we were actually talking about tight ends, and he mentioned Tony Gonzalez, and he of course mentioned Shannon, and he mentioned Gronk, and he said, I got to give Gronk credit, but still F him because he's from Boston. That's the only Patriot he has thrown on the bus thus far.
The second half of this show, when we do the Cubdom experience, I got a whole
I thought that was
list.
funny. I thought that was funny too, Victor. I thought that was funny too. How he was like, you know what? I don't really have all the energy of F the Patriots because the Giants did them dirty twice, but still, F the Patriots.
F the Patriots, exactly.
Next time you do that, I need some int on that, okay?
Oh, he needs some stink on it.
God.
I need some int on that.
He needs some stink on it.
Like the Celtics is the
Oh my
only team
gosh.
in
I
Boston
mean,
I actually
it's-
like. Everybody else I can't stand.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, good Lord, man.
Oh, and by the way, going back to the state of Florida, Netflix has come out with a documentary series of the Florida Gators.
Yes, the University of Florida football team from 2006 2009. Oh, okay. Since you mentioned that,
Everybody been clamoring
Gator
for it.
enthusiast.
Now, have not everybody been clamoring for that? Everybody been wanting to know what happened with that team.
They fell apart.
Your thoughts on what you think that documentary is going to unearth? Just considering that we already know the two biggest pieces of that will be, well, three biggest pieces will be Urban Meyer, Tim Tebow, and to a lesser degree, Cam Newton.
No, not Cam Newton. Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, Cam Newton, because remember, he was supposed to be on the team, and somehow, because of controversy, he got us off the team.
So, there's a minority few who want to do it. Well, everybody want to know about Aaron Hernandez, right? That's what most people are looking forward to.
But Aaron Hernandez wasn't acting a butt fool then. I mean, he was a good player, but he wasn't acting buck wild. He wasn't acting crazy then. Now, we might get some stories, though.
I already answered that question. Them all. Period.
Stay your hate mind over there.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying. Just saying all those players and pieces you just mentioned.
2 national championships.
Wait, what?
Are you saying that Snowman is this? Are you saying that Snowman is this playmaker? Yep. You can't possibly be saying that he is a Hall of Fame trash. You can't be saying that, sir.
He hating on that. He hating on that getting team.
I'm not. I pushed the button too early. I pushed the button too early.
Got him.
I got myself. I pushed the button too early.
But yeah, look, the team was talented. There's no question.
The team was talented. Listen. Yeah, in all seriousness, that team was incredible. All right.
Urban Meyer's and
their team was loaded.
With all these different personalities that somehow appeared in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no question the team was talented. When I'm saying storylines, I'm talking about what really didn't happen on the field. That's what I'm talking about.
No, that's what I'm talking about. They want to know how they kept this team together.
The offensive line ate everything.
Like Aaron Hernandez and what happened when he left.
Mm-hmm.
And then
when's that documentary coming out?
I forgot. I think it's not going to be.
Well,
sometime later in the
for
summer.
not knowing when it's coming out. No, I'm kidding.
Hey.
Like sometime late in the summer.
Yeah.
Okay. Because now I'm intrigued to see it.
Everybody's intrigued to see it because this is what everybody been clamoring for. Because they wanted to know what was going on with this team.
Yeah, they want to know everything that went on off the field.
Well, they been won that. Mm-hmm.
They want to know what went on.
Double especially. Double especially, not necessarily with Tim Tebow, but double especially though with Urban Meyer and that debacle of a coaching stint in Jacksonville where he coached that team so bad that Doug Peterson didn't have to flex hard muscles to get the same talent with a couple of wrinkles, the same talent to win a division crown, but that same talent
and especially clinching on
wins
and especially clinching on a primetime game.
Mm-hmm.
Especially clinching on the prime. Okay, here's the question of the hour. If you could pick a team that you want to have a documentary done about, who is that team? Who is that team?
Mine's coming in
one of the, but it was done though. I would say the Five Slam Jam era Cougars, but it was
they already did. They already did that.
They did that. So
well, one that I wanted they already did was the Running Rebels of 1990. They already did that.
Man, that team was criminal. How they had NBA-ish style players, NBA ready players from 1 to 15 in college, and they were college aged.
And they made Jerry Tarkanian the fall guy.
Yeah. And they ran everybody off the floor that year.
I got one that I want to know.
And of course their downfall was they trumped Duke in the national championship game by 30.
I ain't really got nothing to do with the basketball team. It got something to do with the front office. I need a documentary on my Magic. Okay.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do, because I need some answers.
You're not going to get them.
Because both times the Magic made it to the finals, they decided to blow the freaking team up right afterwards. That don't make no sense.
That's the Miami Marlins. That's the Miami Marlins. Both times they won the World Series, 97 and 2003, because the year after they won both titles, they pushed the plunger and blew the team up.
97, 2001. Mm-hmm. The 2003.
Yeah, because Josh Beckett threw a complete game shutout in Yankee Stadium
conducted fire
in 2003.
sales the following July. Yeah.
And this is the same Miami Marlins team that... All right, I got to use it.
And they conducted the fire sales that follow in July.
This is the same Miami Marlins team that off the Chicago Cubs by rallying from a 3-1 deficit. Where have we heard that before? All right. And I got a great answer from Ryan. CFL USA expansion from 93 to 95. I want a documentary on that too, because I saw both Grey Cups involving the Baltimore Stallions, where they lost to BC in 94 and then won the thing in 95.
I can't wait for them to make the Golden State documentary. That's gonna be an interesting one.
For which one?
Golden State, the Warriors. You know a documentary is coming out of that.
That has to be done. You know that has to be done. There's a couple of other documentaries. There's a couple of other documentaries I want to see, but I'll explain those tomorrow.
No, Lord. Involving him. There's only one documentary I want to know when it comes to him.
And that is?
What's the rare reason why you left South Beach?
I have a couple of theories.
That's my
I do. I have a couple of theories. But people will say I'm incorrect on both theories. Because I got a couple of theories. I'll expose one of them now. He didn't want to be coached anymore.
Because you really think about it.
We're talking about Cam Newton?
How many times would he actually have he never left South Beach?
Oh, I'm not talking about Cam Newton. I'm sorry. My bad.
You knew we weren't talking about Cam Newton.
I'm going to smack you for that, Cole.
What's up with you and Cam Newton today, man?
I'm going to smack you for that.
I know. I heard the words he didn't want to be coached. And I was thinking, and this is coming from Brian, I was thinking either he's talking about Cam Newton or number 6 of the Lakers. So since this is Wednesday, I didn't think he was talking about number 6 of the Lakers. So then I deduced he was talking about Cam Newton.
Well, they apply in both cases.
Exactly.
They apply in both cases. Because Cam Newton sure as hell didn't want to be coached when he got to the league.
I just want to know the real reason why he left South Beach. Because he probably would have had the number.
He didn't want. Look, Pat Riley put a foot in his ass, and he didn't like it. That's as simple. There's your documentary in one sentence.
Really.
That's all I'm saying.
Here's on the other side, because hour number 2 begins right now.
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular. Ryan McCoffey now joins us this morning.
That's what you need to do to beat Josh Allen. You need to make him uncomfortable.
Hour 2, time for some Spivey notes. And here's Jag.
Well, I know he's only in his 3rd year, but they're just wasting Justin Herbert.
Hour 2,
the hardest working content creator I know, the playmaker.
Hey, LeBron James, the greatest scorer of all time. Hey.
Hour 2,
the one, the only Christopher Dietz.
They rewarded Ohio State for not playing, and they punished USC for playing.
Hour 2, Sam Shady.
Oh man, it's been a roller coaster ride if you were a Philadelphia Stars fan.
Hour 2, That's Big Ben, the man in charge of the BS3 network.
And if I see Kurt 2 Chainz Cousins out.
Hour 2, Chris Bay's joining us.
Oh my God! Oh, this game! Oh, way to go, Sammy!
Hour 2 was El Jefe.
Oh man, I thought I missed it.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular, and it starts right now.
With Brian Stone, the playmaker, I am Cool Johnson.
Okay,
so in the hour 2 intro, what part of Chris Bass's part gets you to crack up every single time?
All of them.
I have to know.
Where to go, Sammy?
Oh my God! Look at way to go, Sammy! And you put the perfect picture.
Man falling, his falling
into the net, into the basket, into the. While Chris Bass is saying what he's saying, you found the perfect picture.
Oh gosh, I searched for that part because I thought that's
but then you coupled it with Wise.
That was such a great interpolation of
you
how a drunk fan would be.
You coupled it with Wise and your intro of Wise, and then all we see after you introduce him is a picture of Mumra. And Wise sitting there going, "Oh man, I thought I missed it." And then you finish it with Bass. What in the all types of blue hell?
All right, now
You wonder why that gets me. And then play the clip you found for Playmaker. Yeah. Hey, LeBron James, the greatest scorer of all time. Hey, we see Playmaker in the
Ryan's favorite one.
Yeah,
that's Ryan's favorite one. Was I found a lie though?
No lie to be found.
Everything I said, it actually happened. I'm like, wow, he got the scoring title and it still took an L. Right on cue.
And the pictures that Cole found to couple with your voice. Hey, LeBron James, he's cradling the NBA trophy.
The Larry O'Brien trophy.
Yes. He's
holding the Larry O'Brien trophy.
I was
and
like,
we're talking about a scoring title.
I was like, that was perfect.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's holding the Larry O'Brien trophy, and you hear Playmaker, hey, LeBron James, the greatest scorer of all time. Hey.
That's so typified how I felt about him chasing and eclipsing Kareem so well. I have to give you credit, Playmaker. That's exactly how I felt. And it's like, okay, so he's going to be the great. He's going to be the most prolific scorer of all time. Big whoop. Yeah,
exactly. Big whoop.
It was the whole situation. I'm like, okay, everybody's gonna remember with him chasing the scoring title. The Lakers are under 500. They haven't been close to being 500, and who knows how long. But we want to see LeBron James get the title. Oh, and then he dressed up in black against OKC. He's going for the scoring title. And that is happening. What if he gets the scoring title and they take an L? What happens?
I'm about to say he gets a scoring title and he takes it.
Wait a minute. To make a backup sound of that L. Because the way he did it on an episode of Mentality.
Oh god, it was hilarious.
I'm so happy they took a
It
big
was
fat
hilarious.
L.
Yeah. No, he doesn't. It's so funny. Really fat. Ow.
We need to find that. We need to find that clip and make that a backup L.
Oh
All right.
my
Speaking of
gosh.
L's, are y'all not
Mm-hmm.
entertained? Did anybody thought Miami was just gonna lay down to the Denver Nuggets?
No.
No.
People who thought that the Heat was going to lay down for the Nuggets were stupid, and they're not, and they're not knowledgeable. I mean, the Heat have
Which
shown
explains
all
quite a few
playoffs
people
long. They
that-
got
Which
the
explains
Heat
quite
have
a
shown
few
all,
people I know.
the Heat have shown all playoffs long. They got the dog in them. I mean, you're gonna have to bring your best effort 4 times to beat them. That pretty much is what is going to have to happen. The Bucks, the Bucks who had the best record in the league, they couldn't even lay a finger on the Heat.
They couldn't
the
even
Knicks
touch
the Knicks who could have played defense, they just couldn't find the shot to sink in the basket if it was on the broadside of a barn.
See,
and then you had the Celtics
to-
who decided to give
decided to
the
lay
Heat
down.
a 3-game head start. And then all of a sudden they decided to be mentally weak when they saw Jason Tatum tweak his ankle half a minute into Game 7.
And trust me, when Cole was sitting there listening to us on Monday, he probably saying, "Playmaker's right. This is exactly what the Celtics gonna do." But you and Jay Spivey want to jump down my throat.
Because I was like, yeah, it's great that they went to 3-3, and yes, I get that the Celtics have all the momentum.
But we saw them. Play at home. But we seen them play at home during the playoffs, and they were not consistent.
Yeah.
Period.
Like,
they were not consistent.
Now, did I think they was going to lose on 19? No, but I didn't think they was going to.
I did. I knew
but
they were
I
going to get smashed.
But I can understand why. I can understand why people thought the Celtics would win. I totally understood it. I just didn't see it.
Everybody thought the Celtics was going to blow Miami out TD Garden. Well, beating did take place in TD Garden.
The beatdown in TD Garden was administered by Miami, and rightfully so.
Oh. Memo to today NBA fan again.
Oh no, not another one.
When you're going to crown Caleb Martin as a guy who is a contributor, do a guy like a Caleb Martin justice and not do it. Because he is what you call a role player. ROLE. You know what role players do? They sometimes step up in one game, and they sometimes recede and do next to nothing the next. You don't depend on
just like
them
Russell Westbrook did for the Fakers. I'm sorry, did I say
you don't depend on them to be scorers all throughout a series.
Well, yeah.
Role players don't do that.
Now,
role players sometimes receive a uppercut. Try again. Role players sometimes receive a tiger uppercut as a reality check.
And this is the problem in today's.
Oh, what you want to say, playmaker?
This is the problem in today's media. Now that Miami won Game 2, the first loss they had suffered in the playoffs at home. Oh, the blueprint is out. Leighton, Jokic score all the points, shut down everybody else. The stats will back that up because he did drop 41. He only had 4 assists from what he did in Game 1, which was a triple double. You know what most people ain't talking about? What Eric Spoelstra did. Eric Spoelstra went big. He started Kevin Love.
Started Kevin Love.
So Aaron Gordon wanted him to go down low like he did in Game 1 and start dominating.
And that, to me, is the X factor.
You know what else Eric Spoelstra did?
You neutralize Aaron Gordon. That's what they needed to do.
You're the guy, and Jimmy Butler is very coachable, by the way. Jimmy Butler is very coachable. Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler say, "I need you on Jamal Murray." Jamal Murray might score, but he gonna work his butt off to score.
which is fine. You want a scorer to work. You don't want it. You don't want to. You don't want it.
You don't want it to be so easy.
The spots on the court that he wants to get to.
Right.
You don't want to make the game easy for a scorer. Make it difficult. And the more energy they expend, the tougher the shots are going to be. The harder it is for him to execute the way he naturally does. So that's a smart thing.
And as heat coacher personifies, fourth quarter rises. Duncan Robinson and Gabe Vincent got them off to a hot start.
Sure did.
Yeah.
And I said it again.
Read Victor. Do me a favor, y'all. Read Victor's comment, because that explains everything we wanted to explain about today's NBA fan anyway.
Victor says, look, we all know the modern NBA fan can't spell or read or listen or think. I'm sorry, I had to add that.
I'm sorry, did you say think?
Vic, I think you should have put that last word in capitals.
No. I put the word in capitals that they should think.
No, I'm talking about listen.
No.
No.
We know they don't listen. We know they don't listen. They don't think either. They don't think worse than they don't listen, because they will parrot any type of person they believe matches their emotional point. You know, like
hello.
Yeah. Like they will embrace Nick Wright. For an example, Nick Wright is the man. He's talking facts. Look, they don't think. They listen. They only listen to what they want to listen to. They don't think, because they don't have an original thought to save their life. Jack donkeys.
Jay Williams.
Nick Wright is a jackass.
And
okay.
I will second that
Nick
because
Wright,
I knew of Nick Wright long before he was a Fox
because
Sports
he was in
1
Houston.
analyst.
Yes, because he was in Houston, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. And he was just as much of a donkey there
he
as
was
he
a jackass in Houston, and he's a bigger jackass now.
Then y'all can have Nick Wright. I'm disappointed in Jay Williams.
You know, wait. He's disappointed.
Okay,
he's disappointed in Jay Williams. I was disappointed in Jay Williams as a player in Chicago, and he's just gotten progressively worse.
Okay, all right, playmaker. So why are you disappointed in Jay Williams as an analyst?
Because he doesn't think.
The Nuggets was going to win in a sweep.
Who was going to win in a sweep?
Denver.
Say what?
Why do people want to? Why do people want to insult the Heat so bad? Why?
Because according to today's NBA fan, the Heat are not supposed to be there.
No,
that's as simple as it gets.
Every time we do preseason talk, whatever the case may be, the Heat is nowhere at the top. But who always in the mix?
Miami. Always. They were in the mix last year until the final 60 seconds of Game 7.
Well, they were in the mix
last year. They were in the mix last year against the number one.
They were the number one seed.
They were the number one seed last year.
Thank you.
No, so they were East number one seed last year.
I nearly messed that up. And
the Celtics needed to play harder in the last couple of minutes to eke out that seventh game. Otherwise, we would have been talking about the Heat going to back-to-back finals.
And it nearly happened until the final 60 seconds of Game 7 last year in Miami. And whatever the hell that arena is named. Thank you, Playmaker, for that.
From Dwayne Wade to now, the Heat have 3 titles, all about Dwayne Wade, 2 with LeBron, Chris Bosh.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Butler has gotten to the finals twice now. It's been to
That's correct.
3 conference finals.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, we still look at the Heat like, who are they?
We look at the Heat as in, well, they're really nothing. They're nothing without LeBron. They certainly are nothing without Wade. That is how people overall are looking at the Heat. And it is
And some of these Heat fans that come out of the woodwork
is doing Spoelstra and it's doing Butler, chiefly amongst everybody else, a huge disservice in disrespecting them like that.
And if you think about it, it's also doing Pat Riley a huge disservice.
It's spitting in Pat Riley's face because Pat Riley, all three of us definitely know because, well, you playmaker, you follow the Heat, considering that you're a huge NBA fan and a great NBA analyst, so you know what the Heat are about, especially with Riley. And you and I, Snowman, we got a chance to see Riley, even though we didn't see him as a player. We got a chance to see him do his thing as a coach, starting with the Showtime
Lakers in 1981.
And that same guy has been that competitive grinder for the following 42 years. So what makes you think that Riley being involved with anything is just going to be happy with what is going on and just sit back and say, I'm good? No. Every year he wants his team to be dogs. So why are we surprised that the Heat are?
So this way everybody's.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
Y'all just now finally realizing what Heat culture is.
No,
well, we knew what the coach was. We knew what Eric Spoelstra was from the tape, from the film room to one of the best coaches in the league right now. Period.
I'll put you like this. Do you think Pat Riley would have given his rubber stamp on Eric Spoelstra in front of LeBron James if he didn't think that Spoelstra could do the job?
No. Bishop Bullwinkle, please answer that question. Bishop Bullwinkle, do we really think?
To the no, yeah, to the no, yeah, to the no, to the no.
That go back to you saying thank, Cole.
Do we really Bishop Bullwinkle, I got to have you again. Do we really think that Pat Riley would have put his stamp on signing LeBron James if he didn't think that Eric Spoelstra would be able to do the job and do the one thing that made LeBron a good player for the 4 years that he was there? And yes, I said good, not great. And that is to coach him.
Hell no. To the no. Yeah, to the no. Yeah, to the no. To the no.
I'll say more tomorrow.
Playmaker.
Like, see, this is what gets me with people who want to talk basketball but don't understand it, because Heat culture was already built even before LeBron got there.
Yeah. Yeah, with Riley 2016.
Can you say that again,
can
you say that again, Playmaker? Please, can you say that again?
Heat culture was built when Dwayne Wade was there. Heat culture was built when you had Dwayne Wade, Shaq, and that crew.
If you think about it, the Heat culture was built. If you think about it, the Heat culture was built the first time they made the playoffs in 1992. When they changed the arena around, they brought more fans in, and they were playing at old Miami Arena. The Heat culture was built when Glenn Rice was there, when Grant Long was there, when I can't think of this gentleman's name. When Kevin Edwards was there out of DePaul, the Heat culture was built then because they were a bunch of dogs then under Ron Rothstein.
And then it was furthered by Alonzo Mourning being the center, the undersized center, the power forward playing center,
the power forward playing center,
and he had that grind mentality, and so.
Tim Hardaway was the point guard.
That's where it started. Yeah, yeah, that's where it started. Then when you had Mourning become like what Udonis Haslem is now, the elder statesman of the team, you then had a guy like Dwayne Wade come aboard. Talk about 2003. He sees he embodies it.
He was drafted by the Miami Heat, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, by the way,
he put talent to the grind. Go ahead, sir.
Which a lot of people didn't notice until his final year at Marquette.
Yeah,
because Marquette was not on the map in 2004 and 2003. Dwayne
No, they
Wade
weren't.
put Marquette on the map.
But he put him there. Yeah.
Yes, he did.
So Wade put talent
damn near
to
made
the
Marquette,
grind.
and damn near got Marquette to the Final Four in Texas.
Yeah. So
No,
yeah,
I take that back. Final Four 2003 was in New Orleans. The
So
next
you
year it
had
was in San Antonio.
So you had a guy who put the talent with the grind, and then you had Riley come in, who was the ultimate grinder in terms of coaching, and he was trying to be that way in the front office, and he was trying to find his way in the front office, was doing okay. Then he felt okay. I think with the 2016, I probably need to directly speak to them, and then he did, won a chip, and then he went to the front office and he found his footing there. And that grind, that dog, that you just simply are not going to roll over and beat me down mentality has been entrenched ever since then.
And to have a player like LeBron come in there and think he's going to run the joint, Pat Riley said, "Oh, hell no. I'm the GM, Spoelstra's the coach, you're the player. Get the hell out of my office."
Yes. All moves in the front office will be done by me. See ya. This ain't Cleveland.
And I wouldn't see you, and I wouldn't want to be you. Like I said, I'll leave it there, and I'll say a lot more tomorrow because I had several conversations with you know who, and some of the things that were said, I'll bleep them out. I'll leave it alone until tomorrow. I got a reason to leave them alone until tomorrow because tomorrow I'm going to be home and I'm going to have a lot of buttons.
And Jimmy Butler only had one bad year with the Heat since he's been there.
Yeah.
And that's because
And even that wasn't a bad year.
And that was coming off being in the Bubble Championship and had to turn around 3 months later and play whole another season.
No. 2 months later.
2 months. See, he had to play a whole nother, and still got them to the playoffs.
And still got them
that's what to say. They went to the playoffs in 2021. So it wasn't a bad season, just wasn't a successful one like going to the finals.
Right.
But yeah, they grinded that grind mentality right there.
I can describe a lot of people's feelings in one statement, and I want to thank the late great Rod Bramlett for this. When Miami closed out Boston and got to the World Championship Series, a lot of people were saying, I did it again.
I think I just broke my chair.
Because they didn't expect him to get there. And it's like Playmaker said, and Playmaker says it oh so well in his Shooting Lights Out podcast, and he said it several times here on this program. No one expects Miami to compete, and yet who is always in the picture?
In the mix. Mm-hmm. Who's always in the mix? Who's always in the picture? Who's always there?
Who is always there? Who is always in the picture? Game 3 tomorrow in Miami, and you know South Florida from the tip all the way to the top of the state's going to be off the hook, cheering on the Miami Heat, and then we got Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals the next day. A pause, and when we come back, I have a list of FUs to hand out in terms of the Chicago Cubs. This will only rival Wise's list against Boston. Back in a flash.
Lord.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
I'm in another league. I'm a different breed. I'm everything you can never be. I'm next level. Next level.
Thursday nights are wrestling night on CSTV. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific to see all the amazing Next Level Pro Wrestling stars on Thursday Night Throwdown on CSTVNow.com and the CSTV app on your Roku device.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
If you're the kind of person that likes to drive a lot and your car is a little bit older and out of the normal warranty, keep listening. What's going on underneath the hood of your car? If your car is out of warranty, you're at risk of expensive repair bills. Now, for a couple of dollars a day, you can get an extended protection plan for your car. Hey, you love your car, so why not give it a little extra care? And make sure if something goes wrong, your bank account is safe. Literally, for a couple of dollars a day, you can give yourself peace of mind that you purchased a top-tier vehicle repair coverage plan. Call the Auto Protection Network right now and ask how you could save an additional $500 on your policy.
Call 877-845-0463. Call now.
Do you use Viagra or Cialis? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. Stop overpaying for Viagra. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. Call now.
Now, I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix, and that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more.
Call 800-973-6121.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, W-I-Z-E.
Are you in a life-holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Cause we take this job so serious.
Man, I went home that day and talked to my wife Vicky, and Vicky was like, "What's wrong with you? You pissed off?" Yeah, I got this partner I'm working with back in the radio station. Man. The Negro be lying. What in the all types of blue hell?
Yes, it's Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
We miss you, Bass. Oh man,
the incomparable Chris Bass, and we're hoping he joins us on Friday.
And we're hoping he joins us this Friday. Yeah.
Before we get to the Cubdom experience to close things out, let's take a look at 5 teams that took a major step back.
I don't want to look at
5.
I don't want to look at 5.
Why not?
Because there's this thing going around on social media that's been bothering me for like the past 2 weeks.
And that is.
And for me, I want Cole Johnson to take care of this because I'm sick and tired of hearing about Kwame Brown.
You gonna give him a layup like that? As he was perusing social media, and you're gonna give him that kind of layup?
Yes, because of somewhere a couple fumbles. He got to respond to everybody who brings his name up.
Okay.
About his basketball career.
then I will say to Cole Johnson what he usually says to me: cook.
I don't know what the issue is with Cromwell Brown, but he sits here. He want to go after Shannon Sharp. He wants to go after everybody who brings his name up when they talk basketball. Because if there was a list of the most bust player in the league, I think he would be number one on that list. Like, you was the number one overall pick in 2001. What did you do for your NBA career? What did you average?
You stole money for 10 years.
What was your average points per game? How many playoff appearances did you play? You know, the fun thing is I got it right here. Yo, behind average 6.6 points per game in your career.
See, but Kwame would be
I
like,
don't remember asking you a thing.
Dude, you shot 57% from the free throw line.
Wait. Did you say 57?
57.
57.
Let me do some real actual work and actually confirm my numbers here.
dang, you
I'm
made
just
this too
gonna-
easy for me, Playmaker.
I'm just going to step back and let Playmaker cook and let Cole Johnson have fun before I have my fun.
Let me see here. Yeah, 6 points per game in your career, which is like, I don't understand why, how, what in good graces is this? I mean, dude, you played from 2001 to 2013. That's legit. That's a legit
How?
career of NBA basketball you played.
So he heard many times in his career.
You want to put it like that? You shot 49% for your career. And yet you want to go after everybody who brings you up for basketball purposes.
You for real?
You want to get personal with it.
What?
The number one overall pick in 2021.
What?
Averaged 7 points a game.
What?
But he was able to play from 2001 to 2013.
What?
This man don't play for Washington. He don't play for the Lakers. He don't play for Memphis. He played for Detroit. He played for Charlotte. He even played for the Golden State Warriors.
What?
Again, Kwame
I don't
would be
remember
like,
asking you a thing.
And lastly, he finished his career off in Philly.
What?
But you want to talk, but you want to go back and forth personally with Shannon Sharp.
but do you think Kwame cares about his NBA career?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
Obviously, he does because he keep going after everybody who bring his name up.
Well, you gotta understand that country boy he's a little sensitive about people going after him.
And those
We know this
little.
about Stephen A. Smith and with Shannon Sharp.
Because if you looked at his NBA career stats, you will see why people call him the biggest bust in the NBA. Name me a number one overall pick who has stats like this outside of
Quiet, let Playmaker cook. You didn't have to go out and sing then. I'm sorry, sir.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
This is ridiculous. I'm sick and tired of hearing and seeing Kwame Brown all over social media.
So basically, when you see Kwame talk ill about somebody and run their names down, you're like this.
Because we take this job so serious.
The f is that? Sorry, pardon me. My apologies.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
And with that being said, I'm gonna pass it to Cole Johnson.
Oh, you're gonna pass this to me? Okay.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Look, Kwame, I get it, man. Look, we're men. I understand it. When people run you down, you want to go back at them. I remember having to have this conversation with my wife, and I'll out myself on this.
Uh-oh.
I was having many conversations with many bronzexuals. And
the hell did you do that for?
It was ridiculous because I was putting forth a video, and I will dust off on the daily. I was doing a video, it wasn't on the daily, and I think it was the video entitled "The Bronzesexual Handbook" on how you could hate every NBA legend known to man. And so,
dear God, I remember that.
And so many bronzesexuals got in their feelings. They talked ill about me. And I remember I did an episode where I dedicated to the bronzesexuals. And I was getting back at them. Boy, I was leaving them scorched.
Oh, you were letting them have it. You were letting them have it.
And it felt good. So my wife looked at that and she says, "Look, don't you ever do another video like that again." And I didn't quite understand why, but I do now because you got somebody like Playmaker who is correctly pointing this out. When people are talking about you, it does not mean they're running you down. It just is like, okay, well, unfortunately, in the 13-year NBA career that you had, these are the stats that you produced. Now, can I say that I am a basketball player? No. Can I say that I had an NBA career? No. I can't even say I had a basketball career. The only thing I can say is I coached it. But unfortunately, sir, just like I do videos and chumps who don't even want to do a video can comment about what I do, that is their opinion. So if people think that unfortunately that your stuff stinks, that is their opinion. You don't have to run up and run in front of a camera and talk ill about somebody for a half hour like you did Shannon Sharp. He already has enough attention. He has his Club Shay Shay on YouTube that has 1 million subscribers. He does not need to have any more shine put on him, but thanks to you and your tender-eared behind, he does. Now, my advice to you, sir, is stop allowing people to dictate what you have to say. Give us an understanding as to who you are as a human being without putting forth more gossip out there and leading with your emotions. We get it. You're proud. We understand that. But do us all a favor. Show us why you were the number one overall, not what you produced. Show us why you were number one overall. Show us the skill set that pulled the Wizards to being the drafting you one overall, and the other 6 teams who decided to pick you up. Give us an understanding of the basketball knowledge you do have. Not throw middle fingers at those who don't, or in your estimation don't. Because Mr. Sharp gets paid to talk about the sport. Yes, I know he didn't play basketball. He still gets paid to talk about it, though. And he has to learn, and he has learned. Stephen A. Smith, he gets paid to talk about it. That's just how it is. So you just can't run down people because they seem to have an opinion. Because guaranteed, sir, when they see you, even Shannon, when Shannon probably saw your response, his first response probably was,
Bitch, please.
and then his last response was,
You know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
because, sir, unfortunately, even though your talking skills are on point and it's on fire, because yes, you have a country twang and you have some intelligence to your speech, and I love you have some charisma on you, which is great. That's wonderful. In fact, your YouTube career is going to be even more fire because of that.
Oh, hell no!
But you have Steve Harvey being an example. Thank you. But if you're going to talk like this and get at people who seem to have this axe to grind with you, sir, you have a problem. Because guess what they'll be able to say the rest of your life?
Are you kidding me?
And scoreboard.
And we'll see you tomorrow night. Bravo, gentlemen. Bravo.
Look, I like Kwame Brown, but I wish he did not get on everybody.
I wish he'd shut up. Can we just say it? I just wish he'd shut up.
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, everybody can say scoreboard. Oh, Kwame, he talked about me.
Yep.
Your career, scoreboard.
Scoreboard.
I'm sorry.
All the time.
Oh, he never.
Time.
Oh, he never drew a basketball. Scoreboard, fool, you did. I mean, that's what people are going to say and retort.
Mm-hmm.
And that retort, unfortunately, will stand up no matter how long you do this and no matter how long you push back.
That retort will stick.
Mm-hmm.
That retort will stick a lot.
All right, you want to cuss out everybody in your city? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Playmaker?
You want to cuss out everybody in your city? Go ahead.
He said you want to curse out everybody in your own city. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
He's exasperately expressing.
Do I get the? Do I
don't
get the
want to be
opportunity now?
Go ahead. Let's get
Yes.
Okay, roll it.
He doing his own city. That's the thing.
No. Okay.
No matter how you slice it,
Section of its own city.
No matter how you slice it, it's your city.
It's a part of my own city. Give me this camera.
Yeah, because he would never do this with the White Sox.
Not at all. I tell the truth about what they're doing on the field. I speak the truth about how they're playing, which has been up and down the past season and a half. But I don't have unbridled. Well, let me take that back. I have an unbridled hatred for two teams in my hometown. One is the Bears, the other's the Cubs. Figure that out.
Let's see, you never talk about your hatred of the Bears. Okay, that would be interesting.
I will.
His hatred
I
of the
will
Bears
expound.
is the same thing as my hatred with my Magic. That front office is dummies.
Yeah,
agreed.
I will expound on my hatred of the Bears later on this summer.
Okay,
but right now, I've had so many people who have visited here from Chicago. The first question they ask me, are you a Cubs fan? Hell no. Matter of fact, Steve, oh, hell no.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
That's basically asking why is he a Mets.
Even better. I am not a Cub fan, nor will I ever be. I am not a Cub fan, never have been a Cub fan, nor will I ever be a Cub fan for a few simple reasons. First of all, when my dad worked for the post office for some 30 years, Cub games used to be on WGN.
Right,
He would come in, turn them on, and go to sleep.
Yeah, it would be on in the daytime mostly. Yes, correct.
Yep. He would come in and go to sleep. And I wish no harm to anybody, but sometimes, to echo Cole's thought, sometimes I would think Harry Carey would just fall out of the booth and get up unscathed after drinking like 2 gallons of beer.
Hey,
And he can't pronounce the players' names correctly after the 5th inning. Which is why.
Oh Lord.
Yep. All of that.
Uribe.
I mean, how many times can you mispronounce Uribe? Let's ask Harry Carey. God rest his soul.
I think we got a civil war going on in Chicago here.
I don't care. I speak the truth about what I feel. And I put facts behind it. Listen, before 2016, shut up, Hawk TV. I'll deal with you later this week.
Thing.
Timed. Before 2016, I laughed at every single failure the Cubs had in the playoffs.
Not every single failure.
Every single doggone failure.
Hey, Cole.
Wow.
Victor
Yes, sir.
confirmed it. There's a civil war in Chicago.
No, it's not.
Victor confirmed it.
Civil war where? It's not a civil war when two fan bases hate each other. That ain't civil. As the late great George Carlin would say, can you really have a civil war? Hey, pardon me. I'm sorry. Civil war, ain't no.
This edition
no
of the Custom
Civil War.
Experience is brought to you by Southside Slapbots Academy. Let the scrapping be slapping.
Then what you call it in Snowman?
I call it truth being told. That's what I call it.
And Camel Clutch Wrestling Academy. Either we make you champions or we make you humble.
So is both the Cubs and White Sox both being humble, according to said Diggy?
Listen, except for 2016, the Cubs have been humble for as long as I've been alive.
This perusal of social media is brought to you by Bum Leg Orthopedics' new ankle brace. No more excuses to be dragging your feet. Bum Leg Orthopedics. Oh my leg, oh my leg, oh my leg, oh my leg.
Shut up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ow.
The following custom experience is brought to you by Bartman Blast, the drink to blast away 100 years of suck. Now an anti-curse apple, Billy Goldberry, and Cubby Blue Raspberry.
I love you, but you, Victor, for that ad.
Well, check out the one that check out the last comment he put in.
Oh, there will be
that's true.
Cup to take Sox fans.
Truth
Yeah, that's true.
There's all kinds of truth to that. And I'll lead with this story. When Victor and when I was doing travel baseball, first year I did travel baseball, Cubs were playing the White Sox at Raggedy Field.
Raggedy.
6-5 Cubs, bottom of the ninth. Ryan Dumpster Fire was pitching. He walked the batter, allowed an infield hit, and then A.J. Brzezinski took him out of the yard. And Victor was doing the play-by-play call in my ear because I had him on the phone. Bunch of kids run out. They were so happy that AJ hit the home run. I made the update, and I hear a bunch of Cub fans to my left go, "No!" Later that day, I had Cub fans walking up to me. How dare you be excited that the Cubs lost? I'm not excited that the Cubs lost. I'm excited that the Sox won, fool.
Well,
get out my face.
You were excited the Cubs lost too, though.
The Cubs.
I know, but you were still excited. But you were still excited they lost.
The Cubs.
I know, but you were still excited they lost.
Well, you know what? You're right. I'm going to be 51 this year, and I get excited every time the Cubs lose.
Exactly.
I don't give two fifths of a half of a flying about the Cubs. I never have.
Are we reaching a point of mutual destruction in the city of Chicago?
Mutually assured destruction.
Yep.
Let me put it this way, and I've been wanting to do this for a couple of weeks now. Go ahead.
Experience is brought to you by Nurse Namastasia's Incense. For the times you have the blues when the Cubs lose, trust in Nurse Namastasia's Incense. Woosah.
It's the voice, man. It's the voice.
You read that entirely too well, man.
It's the voice.
It is. It's the. Now that has to be visualized. Now that has to be visualized.
No.
Yes, that has to be.
No visualization. No visualization. No.
That has to be visualized now.
Bruh.
That has to be visualized now. Now, I'm going to do something that Wise does on Mentality. Why are you laughing, Playmaker?
They're wrong for that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for
I'm laughing at this comment.
Everything Cubs. Lord.
Or of course.
Exactly. I've felt this for the year. I've felt this for the many years I've been involved in baseball. I've watched baseball. Even the two games, one professional and one high school, or three games, two high school, one professional that I had to take part in sitting in Raggedy Field. I sat behind the plate. I sat behind the plate in 1998.
Is it really raggedy, or are you just saying it because you can't stand it?
It's raggedier than even with the updates.
Next week, Kwame
Does that
Brown
answer your
will be
question?
on Club Shay Shay, brought to you by Slam Hard Barbecue. Tastes so good that you better kiss and tip your waitress.
I'm gonna sock you in the eye for that voice.
What you mean? I'm sorry.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. The calm version of Cole Johnson should be called Smolder Johnson. Oh, dear Lord. Cole Sports will be starting a new YouTube channel called ASMR with Cole Sports with a Z. Holy Jesus.
I'm done.
Are we actually going to get a Cudum experience without a Vooter sighting? Or Vooter taking another spectacular, fantastic, craptacular?
Need that sugar after this.
I don't know what I'm going to do for the next 4.5 minutes, but I am going to do this and get this out my system.
Go ahead.
Here we go.
I have hated the fucking Cubs since 1984 when they fucking choked against the fucking Padres, a series that they shouldn't have choked. And then 5 years later against Will the Thrill Clark and the San Francisco Giants when Will knocked a 2-run single up the middle to break a 1-1 tie in the 8th inning. I laughed my off.
Sir, that's almost 40 years ago.
And since then they've sucked.
Just because
2016 notwithstanding.
Just because the Cubs lost to just because the Cubs lost to the future the future U.S. Senator Steve Garvey does not mean that you had to hate on the Cubs because of that. I know they had a 2-0 series lead and they blew it.
I love Steve Garvey for hitting that home run, and for the late great Don Drysdale for saying home run Garvey and there will be tomorrow. That was a Saturday night. They lost on Sunday afternoon. I went back to watching football and I was happy. The Cubs. Period.
Sammy Sosa?
The Cubs. Leon Durham, Ryan Sandberg, Bob Dernier, Rick Sutcliffe, Steve Trout, even though Rick Sutcliffe hit a home run in that series, him. Okay?
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
and then
exactly
Mike Bilecki.
When Wise does this with Boston, this is how I feel, and now you understand it. It is hilarious, isn't it?
You know, 5 years later, Mike Bilecki and everyone on that pitching staff. Mike Bilecki, Don Zimmer, Jim Fry, everybody.
What does Sammy Sosa fit in that category?
I will tell you in a minute. Then there was the 2003 Cubs, who had a 3-1 lead against the against the Florida Marlins. Sammy Sosa, a traitor, even though it wasn't his call to be traded.
Team to feed a baseball a last meal of lobster and steak before blowing it up.
Yep.
You have
the only person I won't give the bleep to is Steve Bartman because it was not his fault. Alex Gonzalez for not being able to turn a simple double play, because if you turn that double play, they win out, and that's that. Excuse me. Mark Pryor, Kerry Wood. You understand?
Don't forget Sammy Sosa with or without melanin.
Sammy Sosa.
With and without it.
All right, 3 straight 60 home run seasons. How many of that was court? You, Sammy Sosa. I can't say that to Dusty Baker because Dusty Baker finally got his ring with the Houston Astros, and I loved every minute of it.
Dusty's the man.
I even wrote an article in the Chicago State newspaper saying, why not us? I fucking hate myself for writing that article because I should have known the Cubs were going to f it up, and they f it up royally. Period.
So you mean to tell me you had a soft spot for the Cubs?
No. I was given that assignment and I followed orders because I got paid for it. I'll never fucking write an article about the fucking Cubs again.
So Snowman, so class, we've learned a lesson. Snowman has a soft spot for the Cubs.
Don't you ever tell that fucking lie again. The Cubs. Period. The Cubs. Them and Wrigley Field. I'm done. Close it out.
Oh, Snowman loving the Cubs. We never thought we would see or hear that. Why not the Cubs? Wow. I'm proud of you, Snowman. I am so proud of you.
I'm gonna punch you square in the nuts.
I love this. Snowman, you're awesome.
Quick update. Real quick. That just popped on my phone. So I'm pretty sure y'all heard how everybody was going to say nobody's going to be interested in the NBA Finals, correct?
Yeah, they should be on NBA TV. Yeah, that's what Today NBA Fan has been saying. Yes.
According to Breacher Report, Game 2 drew 11.9 million views, the same number that the Celtics and the Warriors did in the exact same game.
Yeah, it's basically saying that we actually want to see actual basketball be played, and we don't give a crap if there isn't the mega star that's in it.
I'm going in on NBA. I'm going in on today's NBA Fan in 2 hours. We gotta go. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move, and always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. Dream big, do bigger, and please pray for me for my MRI this afternoon. We're out of here. See you tomorrow.